Many of my Minecraft survival island seeds no longer work here in 1.21.4 after the spawn algorithm was changed. That spawn change made it less likely to generate in or near oceans, so island spawns are less likely now. But I've been hard at work finding some new island spawn seeds since then, and I've compiled 25 of them here. So let's see what I have found. This is a decent example of the type of survival island seed I can find now. Since the spawn algorithm changed, I haven't had much luck in finding those small classic-like island seeds. But I am finding some like this spawn island here. This one has a beach fully surrounding a grassy area split between forest and birch forest. There's even some turtle spawns here too. So I may be struggling to find small spawn islands like this one from previous versions. I'll keep on looking to find one of those. But this one definitely suffices for that survival island experience you may want in Java 1.21.4 or beyond. I found this island village seed here. The island itself is just a small piece of plains that is surrounded by stony shores. Then we have the village just all around the small island. As a reminder, or for those new to my channel, I play and record on Java Edition. Seeds on Java Edition and Bedrock Edition are similar, but structures are not in the same places between versions. So there will be almost the same terrain between versions, but structures won't be there in Bedrock Edition, so just keep that in mind. We get a couple farms, which could be useful for survival. There's also this butcher's house right here. If you didn't know, those have a smoker inside. My favorite part of this village is over on this path here. You can see that blacksmith building here. Of course, that provides you with a chance at some starter loot. So yeah, that's just a nice little island village seed here. This looks like one of those fictional islands you would see in a movie or something. I mean, I guess in this case it is in a video game, so that makes sense. But I think some sort of story could be made about this place. Between the jungle sections, the savanna sections, the floating parts, the waterfalls and lava falls, the natural arches, I guess there's just so much that could spark some creativity throughout this whole area. So I guess that leaves me to ask you, what would you do with this island if you lived here? Better yet, what type of lore or backstory would you come up with for this island? Have you ever wanted to play Minecraft like you're cast away on a deserted island or something? Well, this island could provide just that type of situation. We get this shipwreck here on its side right on the edge of the island. And of course, we get all of these birch trees throughout the island, which I know is just everyone's favorite. But there's also some oak trees over here in a small forest too. I just think this is a really great survival island seed, especially with that shipwreck there for some immersion. I like to show seeds with different biomes that people may be looking for. So for somebody looking for a savanna island, here's one for you. I actually think this is a pretty great island. Great size and shape, and just one more option for you to choose from for your next island seed. Here's a pretty cool Minecraft island seed. It's a pretty big island. It's almost about 500 blocks across, and it's really isolated out here, with the closest piece of land that isn't an island being like 750 blocks away. Of course, the cherry grove is what really stands out about this seed. Cherry grove islands have some pretty specific requirements, so it's always great coming across one. And there's a few other biomes on the island too, like we have the plains and sunflower plains, we have a forest, some sections of stony shores, and a beach. There's also this big cave opening here. It leads all the way down to deep slate level, and you may have noticed there's these ocean ruins on land too. These just look really cool. But yeah, if you want a Cherry Grove Island or just a big island, this is a great option for you. Cliff islands are probably one type of Minecraft seed I'll never get tired of finding, especially when they look like this one with that huge cave opening. Along with just a tiny patch of forest, the island is mostly birch forest. The mainland is about 250 blocks away. You can see it with my render distance of 32, but if it's down to like 20, you will hardly see it. I just want to give you a look around the entire island so you can have a glimpse at how each cliffside looks. Of course, that cave opening is the coolest part of this island. It has a couple different levels. There's this top section here, and then this bottom section here. And actually, it even continues underground too with a water cave, and the island being held up by this pillar here. So yeah, I just think this is a really incredible looking spawn island. I found this tiny Taiga island village seed here. But before looking at it, I just want to confuse people. So today's comment of the day is egg. Comment below with the word egg and maybe you'll be featured in my next video. while also confusing people who scroll down to the comments before getting here. But back to that Taiga Island village now. Actually, there's a super tiny forest biome here too, so another little biome there for you. But yeah, the entire village fits onto that small island except for this little piece of path here, and one here too. In total, there's 6 buildings in the village, and there's a couple of these outdoor blacksmiths too. Towards the north, you'll be able to find some icebergs, and towards the south, there's a mushroom island. But yeah, I just thought this was a pretty cool village island seed. Here's another decent option for an island seed, just a big forest with a bit of plains and beach to the southeast. If I were terraforming this island, I'd probably expand the beach all the way around. I'll put this world download up for members, by the way. Definitely a lot of space here for building overall, and there's even a cave opening that leads down to a big cave too. So yeah, a decent island seed here, I think. I've got just a plains island seed here. Nothing too crazy about this one, but it could be a great option if you want to play survival island. It has a few trees, some patches of sunflower plains, a couple sections of sandy beaches, some animals, some sugarcane. I mean, really, what else do you actually need from a basic survival island? Something about a jungle island makes it feel more immersive as a survival island. Like you actually washed up on this beach onto an island that hasn't been inhabited. And there's just a piece of unexplored land that you have to try to survive on. The only other thing that you can see is a mushroom island to the northwest. But actually, when you do go out exploring through this island, you'll come to realize that at one point, maybe there was somebody else who lived here. This old jungle temple provides some signs of previous life on the otherwise isolated island. So I guess all of that leads me to ask you, how are you going to survive on this jungle island? One thing is for sure, the spawn area in this seed looks very cold. And I guess if you were going to play survival in this seed, it provides a bit of a different challenge. I mean, it's cold, clearly, well, except for this lava pool, but it also just has this one tree. I know you'll easily figure out how to survive, but at least it provides a bit more of a different challenge. So I guess if you want to live amongst the polar bears while on an island, this seed is for you. I guess if you're looking for an island seed, you could go with this flower forest island. I mean, it's a fairly small island. You get all the trees and of course the flowers mixed in. And you get a nice beach section too, which most likely includes these turtles. There's even a mushroom island over towards the southwest. At the very least, the flowers I guess provide a bit more color than a typical forest island. This island looks really cool. When I first found the seed, the map obviously made it look like it was just a regular plains island, but actually being in-game, we can see this ravine connecting to this crater thing with a couple spots of water. I just think this looks really cool. I should also mention that there's a ruined portal right off of the coast of the island too. So I guess I have to ask if anybody has any ideas for what they would build on this island. Specifically, how could you include this crater area into a build? Let me know your ideas. Okay, so this island poses a bit of a challenge. Of course, it's a taiga island with a bit of a forest too, but over on the southeastern coast of the island, there's a pillager outpost. It has a bunch of cages with one having allays and one having an iron golem. Obviously, this would pose some difficulties living on the island with, but I will say it looks pretty cool being on the edge of the island though. This is the next Minecraft seed you can play on with a friend. The spawn is on this cliff island here. It has that really cool looking cave on the side, and there's a pretty awesome cave on the other side too. And then there's this little piece over here connecting to it. I don't even know what to call it. This one is all jagged peaks and forest biome. And just west, there's another cliff island, and this one is another really awesome looking island. The cliffside cave even runs all the way through the island and opens up on the other side. This island is all just forest biome. There's an ocean monument close by. There's also this mini mushroom island south of the spawn islands. So you can take one island and your friend the other, or you can just have both to yourself and connect them with a bridge or something. I think these two islands really provide endless opportunities for building. Another great seed here to plan with a friend, or by yourself if you want two islands. I mean, both islands are a similar shape and size. They both have just that beach and plains with one tree. This one has a lava pool, and this one has this water that's shaped like a hook. So yeah, if you want some twin islands, this is a great seed for that. This is a more modern survival island, I guess you could say. As opposed to the beach biome, we have the stony shores. That's not really something we'd see in far older versions of Minecraft. I'll have that world available for download for channel members too, by the way. It's kind of cool how the forest splits right down the middle of the stony shores. Decent little island seed here for sure. This cliff island just looks incredible. The Caves and Cliffs update came out back in 2021, and I still get amazed when I see something like this. Before saying anything else, let me just give you a quick view of the entire island all the way around so you can see how each cliffside looks. So, this island is mostly dark forest biome, but there's a small bit of old growth pine taiga too, and the ever so tiniest grove biome. And then we have that big lush cave opening on the cliffside. It's actually a tiered cave, with it starting out at the top with this normal cave, and then the lush cave underneath, and then more tiers until it gets down to the deep dark underground. The cave and the entire island really does look so cool, just an awesome place for the world spawn to be. Now I have a birch forest island. I know, birch wood bad or whatever, but I wanted to show this one because it's another small island which I always like, and the shape of the island is pretty cool. I really like this little indent thing here for some reason. So yeah, that's a birch island. I think this seed looks pretty cool. I mean, I've shown tall mansions before, and I've shown plenty of cliff islands before. I've even shown cliff island mansions before for that matter. But I think that cave near the mansion just really makes this one even better for me. I especially like this floating piece right here. I also think it's pretty cool how there's this little cave opening here too, and it connects to that bigger cave opening. There's really not a whole lot else I need to say. I think you can see why I think this one looks pretty cool. I really like dark forest survival islands. I don't really know why though. I just think they look cool. Maybe it's the trees, maybe it's the colors, I don't really know. But whatever it is, I'm happy to share this one with you guys. Somehow you managed to get your ship stuck on the beach like this. Now you're stuck on this deserted island. I actually think this is a really cool island. It's a pretty flat island. The plain section is a decent size. The beach is pretty big. This ravine thing looks pretty cool. It's kind of funny that these turtles got stuck here. And the shipwreck just really completes this island. It really makes it feel like you're stuck on the island. Just a fantastic Minecraft island seed. I was pretty happy when I found this seed here. I mean, I would have been just happy with the Plains Island, but adding in the village is just awesome, and it being a ruined portal village is even better. And then the ravine leading up to the ruined portal just puts this one on another level. Look at this guy stuck down here, by the way. Are we sure he's not a nitwit? I just also need to say that I think the village being beachside on the coast of the island looks pretty cool too. But yeah, I just think this is a fantastic seed all around. And I just want to end off with another option for a more classic type survival island experience. Just a tiny island that is split between plains and forest. You've got a bit of sand and gravel, you've got some sugarcane here, there's some animals, there's a mini mushroom island over there. There's not much else you could ask for from a survival island. And that's why I think this small island really could provide that classic type of survival island playthrough. If you're looking for more of my favorite Minecraft seeds, check out the video on the left. YouTube will give you a video of things you will like on the right. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here. See ya.